everyone, and welcome to the new and improved, flashy Bundesliga Show prediction show. So, for those of you who watch the Bundesliga Show on OTB's YouTube channel, will be familiar with the fact that we do Petre and pundits predict right at the end of the show, and we go through what me and Mark think are going to happen next week's games pretty quickly because we usually have a lot of content to go through. So me and Mark have been banging our heads together and thinking, how can we make this a bit more established? Well, by making it its own show. So what will be happening from henceforth until the end of the season anyway is that me and Mark will be doing separate recording for our predictions so we can go into it a little bit more, as we know people like to think about predictions slightly later on in the week. So these shows will be coming out usually later in the week, say a Thursday or a Friday night, so you guys can really start to get excited about the Bundesliga match days in good timing as well. So what we'll be going into is match day 20 of the Bundesliga season very shortly to talk about what we think is going to be happening based on obviously what's been happening recently in the form of the teams and so on. But if you're very new to the predictions and you're not really sure what's been going on, to catch you guys up, me and Mark have been doing this for most of the season and we've been scoring ourselves against each other. And after match day 19, the scores on the doors are currently myself, Rory on 9 points, so 9 wins, and Mark on 5. So Mark's a little bit adrift at the moment, but he's still got plenty of match days to come to catch me up. So the way that we do our scoring kind of system is that for a correct result, you get a 1 point, and for a correct scoreline, you get 2 points. So that's how we've been doing it, to have a bit of fun on the side of things. So without further ado, we'll go into match day 20 and have a look at what me and Mark are predicting going ahead. So on February the 5th, which is a Friday night game in the Bundesliga, we've got Hertha Berlin hosting FC Bayern München. So the champions away at Hertha, struggling Hertha, looking at the game, the form of the teams, obviously Hertha are really struggling at the moment. For me, I can't see anything but a very comfortable, if not emphatic win. So I'm going with a 4-1 away win for Hertha Berlin. Mark, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I've gone for a 3-0 win as well to Bayern. I just think, like, if you look at the differences of the team, I mean, obviously the only point to mention with this game is perhaps that obviously Bayern, after this game, they do go off to the World Club Cup as well, which I think is in Qatar this year. So perhaps there could be a few rested players, but I don't know, to be honest, because I mean, I think European teams don't usually take it that seriously, the World Club Cup. So yeah, I'm going to go for a 3-0 win for Bayern there, to be honest.
Yep, very good. So moving on to the Saturday afternoon kickoffs, and we've got what looks like a pretty entertaining game between Bayer Leverkusen hosting VfB Stuttgart. And despite how I'm dressed, as you can probably see, I'm sporting a Borussia Dortmund top today, in favour of obviously having Josh on the show very recently. But I do have a soft spot for Stuttgart, and I think it'll be an entertaining game. Leverkusen aren't quite hitting their straps at the moment, but the way that Stuttgart play will probably present them with opportunities. So I think it'll be a 2-2 draw. Mark?
Yeah, again, I think this is probably not the fixture that I mentioned on the last show, that I thought that Leverkusen should have like a nice run of fixtures now after so many hard games. But I mean, this is anything but an easy game. I mean, we've seen that, to be honest, for me, Stuttgart are a much better away side than home side, to be honest. So I'm actually going to go for a 2-1 win for Stuttgart. I just think Leverkusen have got big problems right through, as you say, with team selection defensively. It's just not going well for them at the minute. And for me, that'd be the final nail in their title's coffin, to be honest with you.
Very good. Moving on, then we've got Sport Club Freiburg hosting Borussia Dortmund. Again, a very tasty-looking game between two teams that have got very exciting players going forward. For me, Freiburg just dropped their levels ever so slightly, which I think, is only fair considering how well they've been playing the last couple of months. And we've seen something from Dortmund. as you'll see in the show that we had with Josh, maybe a slight tweak with things going their way, perhaps. I reckon that Dortmund will just get over the line. I'm saying 2-1 as a Dortmund win.
Yeah, I could understand why you've said that, but I'm actually going to go for 1-1. I just think, for me, I think the home win over Augsburg, I mean, it was very, very expected, and it wasn't as easy as perhaps I'd have hoped. I mean, it was, they still went through some trials and turbulations in that game. And I just think that Freiburg at home, they're a side that for me are better at home. Like we mentioned, Stuttgart are an away team. Freiburg are a home team for me, mostly. And I do fancy a 1-1 draw there. I think they'll have enough to get a draw, definitely.
Very good. And then we have FC Schalke are hosting second placed RB Leipzig. Again, obviously we were alluding to in the show with Josh that Schalke really wasted an opportunity last weekend to get a really good result, and now moving on to a tricky game. So I can't see anything but an RB win. So I'm saying 3-1 away win, fairly comfortable in the end.
Yeah, I've gone for 2-1 Leipzig. The only reason why I've gone 2-1 is because I think obviously the defeat against Mainz puts a little bit of doubt in my mind. But I think they should have learned from that, and they should win pretty comfortably, really, there.
Yeah, and then moving on, we have fellow strugglers. Mainz are hosting Union Berlin. So Union's form has perhaps been not as impressive. Just a few draws here and there have hindered them, but again, against very good teams, to be fair to them. So I do expect them to pick up and again look dangerous from set plays. So I'm saying a 2-0 away win against struggling Mainz.
Yeah, I've gone for a 2-1 to Union. I don't see Mainz getting anything from this game, to be honest. I think Union are still head and shoulders really above Mainz in every position, really.
Very good. And then the last afternoon kickoff of Saturday will be between FC Augsburg and VfL Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg's not imperious form, impressive form, continued with a 3-0 win over Freiburg. So again, a very good team that they've seen off. Their form is really good. They're sitting third. Obviously, Augsburg are a tough team to break down, but the way that Wolfsburg kind of play that practical way, I think you described, Mark, is probably quite ideal for this sort of game. So I expect them to come away with a 2-0 win.
Yeah, actually, I've also gone for a 2-0 win. Yeah, they tend to do well in these kind of games, Wolfsburg. Like, I think, obviously, they're very, very consistent in beating these kind of teams. I mean, obviously, Augsburg, they're a mid-table side, really, ultimately. But, yeah, I mean, they're another side who like to play quite pragmatically. In my opinion, probably the most pragmatic side in the Bundesliga, really, Augsburg. But I just can't see Wolfsburg not winning this game. So I agree, 2-0 Wolfsburg.
Very good. Then moving on into our Saturday late evening game, or early evening game, shall I say, between Borussia Mönchengladbach and the recently revived FC Cologne. But based on what we've seen from both teams of late, I think it will be quite a close game. It'll probably depend on Mönchengladbach's ability to be clinical in front of goal. The fact that they've got Plie and Thuram now back, kind of playing a bit better together, I think they'll just about get over the line and boost their top four hopes. So I'm saying a 2-1 home win.
Yeah, I've also gone for 2-1. I think if this game was 2 or 3 weeks ago, I would have said probably 3-0 to Gladbach. But I think overall Gladbach's form's pretty good, to be honest. I mean, obviously they beat Dortmund just a couple of weeks ago and Bayern a few weeks before that. But yeah, I agree that against the lower teams specifically, they do drop a few points. So I mean, they need to make sure they win this, really. But yeah, I'm going to go for 2-1. But there is a chance this one could be a draw potentially.
Yeah, good stuff. And then moving on to the Sunday game. So the first Sunday game that we have for you is Hoffenheim hosting Eintracht Frankfurt. I think it probably would have been a bit of a closer game if Hoffenheim had maybe continued their good form. They got obviously seen off by the champions the weekend just gone. So I think the way the Frankfurt are playing, I can't not back them against anyone really right now. So I'm going to say a 3-1 away win. Silva and Kostic and Jovic, maybe they all get one each. I'm saying so. Yeah, 3-1 to Frankfurt.
Yeah, to be honest, I think I can't see Frankfurt not creating at least like 10 or 12 chances against this Hoffenheim side. I think Hoffenheim against the better teams, they just ship bags of chances, don't they? And I mean, it's just, for me, defensively, they need big kind of reinforcements in summer if they want to go back to what they were, really, because I think defensively they're just not good enough, and that starts with the goalkeeper as well, to be honest. So I would go 2-1, but it could possibly be 3 or even 4-1 this one, to be honest. So
yeah, very good. And then the last game of the weekend is between two teams that lower down in the table. So we've got Arminia Bielefeld hosting Werder Bremen. Werder, who have just come off a 1-1 draw with Schalke. I think that's kind of those sort of results are okay against relegation threatened teams. At least you're not losing. And I think they'll go about it a similar way, really. The onus is on the home side to go out and get a win. Of course, they need the points more dearly at the moment. So, but the way the Werder have been playing, I think they can just get themselves going just about enough. So I'm saying 1-1, a close and nitty-gritty draw.
Yeah, I've also gone for 1-0, but I think this is a massive game we're looking at for Bielefeld now, because I mean, obviously we've sung the praises a lot this season, but for me, the last 2 games have been the worst 2 performances of the season. And I think all of a sudden, if you lose this against another side, obviously the Cologne defeat this weekend, if you all of a sudden lose against Werder Bremen as well, then you're starting to think, oh God, we're in a real bad bit of form now, you know. And I mean, obviously they are currently 3rd from bottom as well, courtesy of that defeat against their rivals. I mean, overall, I think, Rory, you said it in your article as well, that they take 3rd from bottom. Like, that wouldn't be seen as a bad season for them. And I don't see it getting any worse than 3rd from bottom. But for me, they need to be targeting this kind of game as a win, really, to get back on target. But I think a draw will be relatively satisfactory for Bielefeld and Werder Bremen as well.
Yeah, agreed. So that brings a close to week 20 or match day 20 of what the Bundesliga predict fixtures are going to be. Can't get my words out all of a sudden. So yeah, we're looking forward to it as ever. As mentioned, we're going to be doing this prediction show obviously as a completely different show from henceforth. So please do subscribe and click, the big red button. Get yourself the notification so you don't miss out. Me and Mark can be doing lots more shows, lots more spin-offs. So please do make this a regular thing. If it's a Thursday night, whenever you can watch it, and have a go yourselves. Obviously, that's what YouTube is for. We do love opinion, and we welcome it on OTB. So give them a watch, have a go. Go against me and Mark, see if you can do better. Put your comments and thoughts in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts about the fixtures and the results. We obviously love getting interaction from everyone. So let us know if you think our predictions are ultimately rubbish. So yeah, just quickly over to Mark to obviously finish off as per usual and let everyone know about what else is going on.
Yeah, so just be sure to check out our Twitter account that you can see at the bottom, @OverTheBarFB. Obviously, we've got a lot of followers, and we do want to start converting the followers on Twitter onto our YouTube. So please check. I understand that it's not so simple to subscribe on YouTube, but it really would help us out a lot. So if you're a big fan of the channel, or you're a big fan of the site in general, even if you're not like that into the Bundesliga or the League One show, it would really help if you just kind of subscribe. We are slowly but surely increasing our numbers. So yeah, thanks to those of you who did subscribe, because it really helps. So also we've got our website as well, otbfootball.net. So yeah, just check that out and just make sure you're kind of checking out all our new articles. We've got a lot of really good articles. I think this week has been one of our busiest for submissions on the writing side of the blog as well. So check out that stuff as well. So guys, yeah, that's pretty much all we got time for this episode. So yeah, auf Wiedersehen, as they would say in German.
Catch you next time.